Yeah, brother. I mean, God bless boxing, right? But we can never know what those judges' scorecards are going to be. And, there's a lot made of corruption, right? Like people get into their feelings about that. But I don't think in this day and age it's as much corruption. Obviously, if you're fixing a fight, there's a lot of money involved and whatnot. But the feds have been watching everybody in boxing since what? Before the Muhammad Ali Act, right? Like you get into the 60s, 70s. If there was one fight that was last term, you could convince me maybe Sonny Liston took a dive against Muhammad Ali. But I'm not even so sure about that. I mean, the reality is when the feds are on you, the feds are on you, and they're going to watch the lines, they're going to watch what happens. So I can't say that boxing is corrupt in that sense. Now, that having been said, can things be corrupt in another way? Of course they can, right? Like Canelo's been everybody's darling for years, right? And a lot of people make money when Canelo wins, and there's this system that gets set in place by somebody's success, right? So through no fault of his own, through no intention of corruption, corruption happens by virtue of human nature. It's kind of like, coming to the prom, and the prom king's no longer the cool guy. It's like, no, of course the prom king's the cool guy. That's the way it's been all year, and that's how he got voted in and everything else. And then somebody shows up at prom and he outworks the king, if that makes any sense at all. But that is exactly what happened. And that's why you have to make it very clear. And I think Crawford made it extremely clear in a sticking and moving kind of way. Every time he stuck and moved, every time he moved, though, he definitely stuck, right? Like, it was not one of those things where you could complain about his movement. He definitely was on the offense the majority of the time. He answered everything Canelo gave him. So at the end of the day, when it was over, now the close rounds, and this is the tough part, the Williams Skull fight's a prime example. Like, how do you score the Canelo Williams Skull fight? Well, they gave Canelo essentially the benefit of the doubt for chasing Skull around the ring for 12 rounds, right? And they gave him the benefit of the doubt in almost every round, right? I think the scores were, 11-1 or 12-0 or something like that, right? The early rounds, like I gave Canelo the first round out of respect for who Canelo was and the fact that Canelo was moving forward, right? And Crawford didn't do a whole lot, so you're going to give that to Canelo. That's the type of corruption, for lack of a better word, I'm talking about. Like, right? Like the champ gets the round if very little happens, right? So, but at the end of the day, this was a clear and very dominant win. I'm glad you saw it coming, like during the fight. I'm always wondering what is going to happen, and honestly, I don't really like scoring fights. I like enjoying fights. If I got to score a fight, it takes a little bit of the pleasure away from me. But at the end of the day, look, they got it right, so who cares? Everybody like and follow for more on the fight.